Today, we're going to be talking about my 12 favorite garden tools. How you doing, guys? Chad here. Thanks for tuning in to my channel, and thanks for tuning in to this episode of Chronicles of a Farmstay Startup here at the Hidden Spring Farm. This one's for you, Johnny. This video, guys, is an answer to a challenge put out by my bud, Johnny Harper, from Johnny Harper Scouts Table out in Hawaii. And he's a really good guy. Check out his channel. He does some real cool outdoorsy and cooking stuff on there. He's pretty cool. He's a really upbeat guy. And I appreciate you, Johnny. I do. You're the most positive guy I know. Now, I know, Johnny, what you were thinking. You're probably thinking that my John Deere tractor was my favorite tool. And it is my favorite thing. You know, like I do love driving it. It does a lot of work for me here on the farm. But honestly, I figured we'd try to narrow this down to non-powered tools. Non-powered. Just gardening type tools. Not farm type tools or, you know, power tools. Because, I mean, I could go with chainsaws. I could go with, like, backpack leaf blowers. I could go with the John Deere 3039R. I could go with this smaller John Deere 350X lawnmower. But I mean, those are like, you know, powered farming type machines. So we're gonna narrow this down. Check this out. I just picked this up, guys. Look at the size of this machete. This is really useful for chopping. Not chopping people, guys, but just chopping. Any soft wood, any greeny type stuff, this is good for, you know, hacking through the woods. Anyways, I just thought it was a cool addition to my arsenal. You could shave with it. Okay, maybe not shave with it. But anyway, it's pretty cool. You could do a lot with it. And I'm going to hashtag garden tool challenge as per Johnny Harper's request. And I hope you guys really enjoy the video. This is going to showcase some of the cool tools that I use on a regular basis here at the farm. And let's get into it right now. And guys, just a little disclaimer, okay? I've acquired a lot of different types of garden tools over the years with all my years gardening. And I really don't want anybody to think or believe that you need these tools to garden. You don't. You don't need these tools. You can just do gardening with your hands if you want, or just with a little spade. It's all you need to get started. But this is just years of acquiring different, unique, useful tools. And I use them in the garden regularly. So just keep that in mind, guys. You don't need these tools, but they're nice to have because they're kind of cool. Super cool. I got one group of tools out here, guys, that I use regularly. I'm not going to count them. Honestly, I'm not going to count them. Okay? I got them hooked up to my little landscape trailer here, connected to my mule. And I'm sure any homeowner has these tools. One is the fan rake. You see the fan rake? Two is the spade. I like using the long-handled spade because I'm 6'3" and I'm kind of tall and I don't like bending over. And then we got the hard tong rake, which is good for a lot of different things. I'm not going to count those. Let's count those as one. All three of them count as one because those are the most common tools that everybody has in their arsenal. Tool number one, guys, is the small trowel. It's good for a lot of stuff. Now, this is a unique kind of trowel. It's not a straight edge. I know that Fiskars has a straight edge type utility blade, but this one has a little bit of a scoop in it, so it's good for digging out small holes. It also has some measuring numbers in there. You can see it's got some measuring numbers on the back, so you know the depth at which you're digging. And it's got a very, very sharp, I keep it sharp because I sharpen all my tools. It's not the sharpest tool in the shed though, guys. But this is, look, it's like serrated. See that edge? See that edge there, guys? That's good for anything. Chopping little things. You know, any sorts of little stuff like that. It's got a cool little rope to hang, and it's made by Fiskars. I do like the Fiskars product. I like this type of a unit. It's made out of cast aluminum, so it's not going to rust. Very useful. Use it all the time. Use it for planting bulbs. Use it for digging small holes. Use it for planting things. Use it for removing weeds around the garden. You can use this for a whole lot of stuff, and it's a very useful tool. And I do believe that every gardener, beginner or pro, should have some kind of a little trowel to use in your garden. Another one of my favorite brand name guys are these Gardena products. They're very, very creative. And this is one of my favorites for sure. I use it every day when I'm watering the garden. And it's a watering wand, okay? It's got a locking mechanism right here so you can keep it on, you can trigger it off. It's got a flow operator right here. It's got a quick connect right here to connect it to your hose. And it has many different settings. It's got jet, it's got flat, it's got center, cone, soaker, mist, shower. Woo! That's a lot. I actually use the shower the most because the water doesn't come out as hard, and I use the jet because sometimes the hose doesn't reach and you gotta really shoot the water way far away. Tool number 2 is my watering wand, guys, by Gardena. This is my maul, guys. Some people say it looks like an axe. It's third on my list of my favorite garden tools. It's a little rusty. I still got to clean it up this spring. But this is what they call a maul. M-A-U-L. It's not an axe. This is really a lot heavier than an axe. It's not a splitting axe. This has the shape. You see the shape of it there? So the wood really splits. So if you're doing a big log, this is so heavy, you slam it down on that log and it splits it a lot easier than if you're just using a narrow axe. It's made by Darren. I call this the super splitter, guys. Number 4 on my list is another Fiskars product. Check it out, guys. Fiskars. I do like Fiskars. They make cool products. They're built relatively well. This, guys, is a lopper pruner. It's a big pruner. See that? You could like cut somebody's nose off. You could just do a lot of damage with this sucker. This is for cutting bigger limbs. Actually, I wanted to put a small handheld pruners on my list, but I can't find my pruners. I think I lost them. So I didn't include that in the list, but it should be on the list because everybody needs a handheld pruner. But this is a big size pruner. Look at that. Look at those jaws. This, you can sharpen the blade whenever it gets dull. Another good thing about this particular model of loppers is that you can flip this up like this, and then you can extend it, and then lock it down. And the same on this side. Lock it down, and now they're super long. Look how long this is. So it'll really allow you to get right up, high up in the trees and chop something. The handle is really long like this, guys, helps with the leverage. So you can really, when you're getting a branch that's really hard to break off. Pretty cool, Fiskars products. I use this lopper a lot. Now I use a chainsaw a lot too, but this guy is very useful when you're doing smaller type branches and you don't want to waste your fuel or your chain and all that kind of stuff. Very useful. It's got this little stopper right here, so when you're squeezing it, it doesn't allow your fingers to pinch, eh? It just goes like, so it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It does have a replaceable blade right here, so if ever this gets really, really bad, you can just order from Fiskars this new piece. You take these bolts out, boom, boom, you're done. Very useful tool. I do recommend this to anybody that has shrubs or trees. Yeah, I love it. What we have here is a poop fork. That's really what it's called, guys. This thing with these 5 tines on it, it's really called a manure fork. I don't like to call it a manure fork. I don't really move a lot of manure. But this is really good for moving any kind of straw or hay. It's good for digging up and loosening up the soil, especially compacted soil. This is useful just for the everyday gardener anyways. It's very strong. This is like hardened steel. I just call it a pitchfork, but I know it is called a manure fork. This is a good one too, eh? It's made by Maximum. Maximum! I love it. Very useful for me. Great for any work here on the farm. And this is built to last. It's gonna last a really long time. It's got a nice little rubberized grip on the end. And again, guys, I like them long handles because I'm so tall. So when this stands on the ground, it's already up to my upper chest, almost my neck. So when I'm using it, you know, it's not breaking my back. Back to the Fiskars product, guys. Number 6. I think it's number 6. Am I on number 6? See that, guys? Fiskars. Fiskars. This is a little folding saw. Now, remember I just showed you those huge lopper pruners? But this is for small type branches that lopper pruners can't do. It's got a little button for you to push to release it here. And then this comes out, and there she be. This is a replaceable blade. It's very sharp, actually, very sharp. And it's a very quick cutting saw, eh? And it's useful to carry around on your work belt because it just folds like this. Fiskars makes some really good stuff, guys. So this, again, very useful. I use this all the time whenever I don't want to get the chainsaw out. And this is super cool. Here's this new machete that I just got, guys. It's a Shbolo. It's basically made by this Schrade company. And then this is the Bolo machete. Very, very useful. You can cut someone's head off with this for sure. It's all built in this hilt here, eh? And then it's got a little loop. So it's very durable. It's got a nice rubberized handle. Tempered steel blade. Very cool looking. You can actually use this for camping or any outdoor type work, you know. Bushcraft, things like that. But I also use this in the garden, especially to take out any softwood, just because I want to look cool. Comes with a cool case, guys. Comes with a cool case. And this goes in like this. This goes in like this. Then it's got a little locking button here. Boom. And it's got a little pouch on the side. It's got a little pouch. See that pouch? Let's see what's in the pouch. Ooh. It comes with a little flint to start fires. Okay, I didn't even realize that. What else is in there? And a little sharpening block. That's cool. Yeah, and I guess it's got this shoulder strap for you to like put it on and wear it around your body so you won't lose it. That's pretty cool. There she be, machete. Not everybody needs a machete in their arsenal, but I wanted a machete. I know at the beginning of the video I showed you a spade. That's a big size spade. This one's cool because it's a little baby spade. It is a long handle. Again, back to the long handles, but it's not very big. Like you can see, it's like the size of my hand. This is very useful if you want to dig small holes or if you have to do any kind of dirt work in and around plants. Very useful. Love the small spade. My wife uses small spade every day because it's easier for her to handle and it's not as heavy. It's got a cool rubberized grip on the end, a little hole for hanging it up in your garden shed. What's it called? It's called a round shovel. I always call these things a spade. Anything with a tip like that to me is a spade. Anything with a flat front edge is a shovel. But to each his own. No worries. Very small, very lightweight, very useful. Check this out, guys. Check it out. Some call this a pick, some call it a mattock, some call it a pick-mattock. Very, very heavy, but very useful digging tool, especially if you got some hard clay. Like, look at that. Very wide edge. This side's very wide. This side is just like a big steel piece. You could kill someone with this too. Isn't it funny how a lot of garden tools could be used as weapons? Yeah, that'll kill someone for sure. Warning, wear safety goggles. No kidding. No kidding, wear safety goggles. I don't have safety goggles on me, but I'm not using it. Actually, I don't think I've ever used safety goggles while I was using this, ever. Anyways, this is good for trenching. It's good for digging through clay. It's good for digging through anything rocky. Very handy to have in the arsenal. And I've had this for years. You can see it has a fiberglass handle. It's very old. I've had this probably over 20 years. So there you go. I don't know what number tool we're on, but this is another cool one. Here's my splitting axe, guys. I just call it a splitting axe because it's a tiny little axe that I use to split kindling and things like that. Very useful. It's made by Estwing. It's got solid handle. It's covered in rubber. Warning, wear safety goggles. Again, with the safety goggles. I guess all these companies have to protect themselves, eh? Grappling the logs. This is another sharp edge if you want to pull against something. And then this is good for splitting those tiny logs. You don't want to be chopping big logs with this, but tiny logs, really useful. It's got a cool little sheath. And it also has a little pouch again. Oh, it has a sharpening stone. Sharpening stone. This is the sharpest tool in my shed, guys. 2 more tools left, guys. This is number 11. It's a hoe. Garden hoe. You know these tools? I always keep this bottom sharp. This is great for weeding. It's great for loosening up the soil in the garden. It's great for breaking up chunks. And again, long handle. I always like things with a long handle. Gotta have a long handle for a tall gentleman like me. Anybody who does any kind of planting usually has a garden hoe. That way you can get rid of all them weeds that are around all the individual plants. And sometimes you can use the corner, sometimes you can use the whole flat edge. This is actually the tool that I used to plant seeds. Last tool, guys, again with the Fiskars. Fiskars! You know what this is, guys? You know what this is by Fiskars? It's a weeder. This is my favorite weeder. And this tool is a game changer for pulling out weeds. I'm going to show you in a minute, but basically how it works, you put that flat on the grass. You put the weed right in the center of this, right? You can see it's like you put the weed right there. Then you step on this to squish it into the soil. Then you do this, and then you bend it like this, and it pulls the weed out by the root, because it's important to get the root when you're dealing with weeds. And then when you want to get the weed off, you just snap it like this, and it shoots the weed off. So let's say you have a bucket on the side where you're collecting all them weeds. You just go. Actually, I have a little competition with myself. When I got a weed stuck on here, I just go like, trying to see how far I can shoot the weed. I'm crazy. I know I'm crazy. Excellent weeding invention by Fiskars. Excellent. Okay, guys, let's get into a little music montage of me showcasing all of my tools. Oh, wait, I got one more. Bonus! Again, it's another Fiskars product. Check it out, guys. See this? This is a produce knife. It's just a tiny little knife. I just picked it up, actually. It wasn't that expensive. It was less than 20 bucks. And it basically folds out like this. And you can see it's a Fiskars. And if you want to fold it back in, you push that little button right there and it folds back in. It's so small, I almost forgot about it. What this is good for, guys, is harvesting fruits and vegetables. You just give it a little whoop, and it gets, you know, you can get down to the bottom of the lettuce and just whew. It's not good for cutting the carotid artery. It's not good for cutting the jugular. That's not what it's for, guys. This is for harvesting your produce. That's it. Pretty cool little knife.
Yeah, there's plenty more where that came from. Yeah!
Thanks for tuning into the episode, guys. Hope you enjoyed me showcasing off all my garden tools. Anyways, Johnny, I don't really have a favorite, buddy. Whatever I'm using at the moment, that's my favorite. That's really what it comes down to. Got a lot of different garden tools for a lot of different purposes. But I do have a lot of garden tools, I think. I don't know how many the average guy has, but I feel like we have a good amount. It was fun to make the video, fun to talk about some of my garden tools, non-powered garden tools. Anyways, I am going to challenge Darren over at Thorhaven Farm over in Quebec. It's up to you, buddy. Show me your favorite tool. #GardenToolChallenge. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.